Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're looking at a story that kicks off with incredible ambition, but ends in absolute, deafening silence. I mean, imagine crossing the vast Atlantic Ocean with these huge dreams of building a permanent, thriving home in the New World. That was the exact dream for the English settlers who landed on Roanoke Island, just off the coast of present-day North Carolina. It was supposed to be England's very first successful colony in America. Instead, it turned into its greatest, most haunting, unsolved mystery.
Right off the bat, I want to emphasize the sheer scale of what we're dealing with here. We aren't talking about a small hunting party or a couple of explorers getting turned around in the woods. We are looking at a figure of over 100 men, women, and children, an entire established community just vanishing without a single trace. It's a historical missing persons case on an absolutely massive scale. Okay, let's dive right into this. Part 1, the setup and the delay, from 1587 to 1590. Our story really starts with Governor John White, the guy chosen to lead this highly ambitious yet deeply challenged colony.
So, picture this. Life on Roanoke was incredibly tough right from the jump. Facing scarce food, dwindling supplies, and mounting tensions with nearby Native American groups, Governor White makes a brutal call in 1587. He has to sail back to England to get supplies, fully expecting to return in just a few months. But almost immediately, the Anglo-Spanish War breaks out. Suddenly, England needs absolutely every available ship for the war effort against Spain. Because of this, Governor White is stranded in England, completely unable to secure a vessel to get back to his people. This creates an agonizing, nearly 3-year delay. For 3 years, those settlers were totally isolated, just waiting for a ship that wasn't coming. Finally, the war eases up enough for White to sail back, and in August 1590, he finally makes it back to Roanoke.
That brings us to Part 2, the crime scene and clues. John White's chilling return.
I want you to play detective with me for a second as we step into our crime scene in August 1590. Governor White steps off the boat expecting to find the bustling settlement he left behind. But instead, he finds it completely deserted. And here's the eerie part. The houses had been carefully dismantled. No bodies, no signs of a battle, no panic. It was literally as if they vanished into thin air. But they did leave a voice behind, just one. Carved into a wooden post in the deserted settlement was this single, cryptic word: Croatoan.
Right nearby, a secondary clue was discovered, just the letters C-R-O carved into a tree. Out of the entire settlement, just those 2 carvings. That was it. But to Governor White, this wasn't just random graffiti. It was actually a message based on a predetermined code. Now, what's really fascinating here is the deductive reasoning we can apply to this missing distress signal. See, before Governor White ever left for England, he and the colonists agreed on an emergency protocol. If they were forced to relocate voluntarily, they'd leave a message showing exactly where they'd gone. But if they were forced out by violence or disaster, they were instructed to carve a very specific symbol, a Maltese cross, right alongside the message. Look at the information we have now. There was no cross. 0. Based on their agreement, the lack of a Maltese cross strongly suggested that these over 100 men, women, and children had packed up and left their homes completely willingly. So White sees the clue, Croatoan, and he knows exactly what it means. He wants to immediately sail to the nearby Croatoan Island, which we know today as Hatteras Island, to search for his people. But in just a brutal twist of fate, severe storms roll in. His ships get heavily damaged, and the dangerous conditions force the entire search expedition to be completely abandoned. White was forced to return to England. He never saw his daughter again, and he never saw his baby granddaughter, Virginia Dare, again. She was the very first English child born in the Americas, and she vanished as an infant, cementing her as one of history's most famous missing persons.
All right, let's look at Part 3, 3 theories of survival. This is where we build a profile for a 400-year-old case, because for over 4 centuries, historians and archaeologists have stepped in exactly where White left off, trying to impartially piece together this puzzle. There are 3 prevailing theories that experts are still debating today. The first is assimilation. This theory leans on that Croatoan carving, suggesting the colonists simply joined up with the friendly Croatoan people, gradually blending into the local Native American communities to survive. Makes a lot of sense, right? The second theory is inland relocation. Did they move further into the mainland searching for better farmland, only to eventually succumb to disease or starvation? And finally, the third theory. hostile attack. Were they destroyed by hostile forces? Now, the major flaw with the attack theory is that there is virtually no archaeological proof to support a large-scale massacre. No weapons scattered about, no mass graves. Now, modern excavations on Roanoke Island and nearby spots have actually uncovered some artifacts hinting that maybe some settlers survived elsewhere for a time. But here's the crucial takeaway. Despite all of this digging, no single discovery has solved the mystery completely.
And that brings us to our final section, an enduring American mystery, the legacy of Roanoke. Over 430 years later, and historians are still actively searching for the fate of this lost colony. It's a real testament to human curiosity that we simply cannot let this go. Let's just summarize the chilling facts that cement this as such an unparalleled historical true crime. Over 100 people went missing. Despite centuries of searching, absolutely no graves have ever been found. There are no confirmed survivors who ever made it back to tell the tale, and the only thing they left behind to speak for them was one single mysterious message carved into wood. Until undeniable evidence is literally dug out of the earth, the sudden vanishing of the Roanoke settlement remains one of the most enduring mysteries in American history. Which leaves us with the ultimate question: what really happened to the lost colony? Are the undeniable answers to the fates of John White's family and those 100 brave settlers just waiting to be discovered beneath the soil? Or are they forever lost to time? Thank you for joining me for this explainer. Keep questioning, keep learning, and I'll see you in the next one.